Dino Ball,
Dino Ball,
Dino Ball,
Dino Ball,
Dino Ball.
Dino Ball, episode 30, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again for the 30th time. Thank you for sticking with us all 30 times. We appreciate the support and all the support you've given us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, even, been getting up there a little bit. So thank you all for all their support. We got a lot of fun topics for you today, a lot of NFL related topics. Specifically, Zach's going to delve into the football field a little bit and give us his top five quarterbacks. Then we're also going to give a little bit of our personal outlook on the New York Jets and see where they can go, if they're going to do anything, if Aaron Rodgers is going to be back to form. Then we're going to dive into CeeDee Lamb, my favorite Dallas Cowboy other than Dak Prescott. For those that don't know, I am a Cowboys fan, so that's going to be a fun segment for me to talk about. Then we're going to go back into the baseball world a little bit to end the pod on three topics. We have our NL and Rookie of the Year predictions, give a little bit of our opinion on those debatable topics, and then we have the NL and MVP debate, NL and AL MVP debate. We're going to talk about our picks for that as well, and then last but not least is a perfect Zach segment. The Rangers are getting back Scherzer and DeGrom. Will they help them? Will they be back to form? Find out at the end of the pod. But I know my buddy over here is dying to tell me his top five quarterbacks in the NFL. So Zach, why don't you just do it?
Yeah,
Just tell
so
us.
everybody's list pretty much starts off the same. It's always the same four, but the fifth one's kind of a mystery. And I could do this in order easily. One to four to start off is Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. That's everybody's top four. That's everybody's top four, but it's the fifth spot that actually throws people for a loop. So who could they put there? There's guys like Rodgers. There's guys like Jalen Hurts. There's guys like Justin Herbert. There's many different options to put there. My fifth spot will be going to none other than Tua. Tua is my fifth top five quarterback in the NFL, only because he had one of his best, no, not one of his best year last year. Dolphins went 11-6, and I know that's pretty standard. But when you look at what he did and what he provided for the team, you could see that this dude had a season. Okay, he had almost 5,000 yards, which I believe, just pulling up his stats, yes, 5,000 yards was his career high in yards. He also had his career high in touchdowns. He had 29. Um, his RTG was his second best in his career. His QBR was his second best in his career. So he had a pretty damn good season, and which is why he deserves to be in my fifth spot. Now, there's a lot of other options too you could go with. Honestly, I feel like you could have gone like maybe a CJ Stroud, but he's only been in the league 1 year, and usually the second year is a testament to what he could do in the future if he's going to continue playing the way he played last year, or if he's just going to plateau. And like last year was his peak, and he just keeps getting worse. He keeps regressing. Obviously, I mentioned Rodgers. Rodgers, we're going to get into later. Rodgers, you can't put on this list because he hasn't done anything for the Jets yet. He's going to be a key piece to that team. We're going to talk about that later. But he hasn't played last year, so he doesn't deserve the fifth spot. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had a terrible last year. Terrible last year. Um, who knows? Maybe he could turn around this year. Maybe. But Deej, you mentioned Justin Herbert to me a little while ago. And I wanna know why, as to why maybe he goes in the fifth spot besides Tua.
Yeah, simple because he's better than Tua.
In how so?
Because he's better. I think there are honestly 4 or 5 quarterbacks I would take over Tua. I would take Herbert. I would take Stroud. I would take Dak Prescott. I would take Jalen Hurts. How? Like those are 4 quarterbacks that are better than Tua. You talk about Tua's, best year of his career. Why is he better than Herbert? Why is he better than Dak?
I'm gonna pull up the
Why is
stats
he
right
why
now.
is he better than Stroud? Tell me
I'm gonna
why.
pull up the
I want to
stats.
know.
Stroud, you can't put in this list yet.
Okay, so but why can't you put Dak then? If we're going off last year, if Dak finished top 2 in the MVP voting, why can't Dak be on this list?
I don't. I
I
haven't really looked at I don't really look at Dak. I looked at Tua. I looked deep dived in Tua. Tua's on a lot of people's lists if you don't pay attention to what goes on, who talks around the league. Um, Dak,
Whose list? Whose list are two on? Who?
you don't even know.
Dolphins fan? Yeah, because
You
who?
don't even know.
Who has two on their top five?
You don't even know.
I do need to
All right,
know.
all right. You know what I want to do? You know
Mhm,
what I want to do?
mhm.
I'm gonna do it right now. I want to pull up side by side. I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna pull up his Dak Prescott stats from last year,
Yeah, let's do it.
and I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, solely in yards. Tua has him by 100 yards.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, Tyreek Hill.
I'm gonna. Okay, cool. Tyreek Hill. He has assets. You have CeeDee Lamb.
Mhm.
Next debate. Next
I'm just
topic.
saying, Tyreek Hill.
You're just saying Dak because you're a Cowboys fan.
No,
That's
I'm
a lot of
saying I'm
bias.
you're okay. You're literally basing stats off of last year. That's a reason why you didn't put Aaron Rodgers or Jalen Hurts in this list. You're basing stats off of last year, and you're not gonna even consider the person that came in second in MVP voting. That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
I didn't say I wasn't going to consider him. He could be a six.
But why is he
He
better than
he could
Tua?
be a six
Why is he not in your top five? I'm just curious. And same would apply for Herbert. Why would Herbert not be there?
because you know why?
Why would
I
CJ
I
Stroud
feel
not be
like
there?
I feel again. See, just try. I told you. I just said this. I said this. He can't be in my top five because I don't know how he's going to play in his second year in the NFL.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters.
It does matter. It 100%
Okay,
does matter.
in your opinion, is Paul Skeens a top five pitcher in baseball?
That's a low blow. That's a low blow
I'm just asking you a
to bring
question.
up.
I'm just asking you a question.
I
If he performs in his first year, why are we going to judge it off there next year?
I don't. You know what? It baseball to comparing to football is kind of different. It's a different story. It has
I
to
think
be a
this is
different story.
fair. I think this is fair. Two players that had tremendous rookie years, but we're not going to consider them, top players for next season
Look. You have your reasons
because
for
they've
top
only
five.
played
You
1 year.
have your top five. I have my top five.
Okay.
Everybody's four is always the same because it's the truth. Those are the top
Well,
four.
I wouldn't
Why?
say
What? Why?
everybody's.
Why? Do you have something different as your top
No,
four?
this is a you segment. This is a you
No,
segment.
this
This
is
is all
not.
you, big
Well,
dog.
we brought this up completely now. This needs to be talked
This is
about.
your. I'm just saying you can't say everyone has the same top four.
It's automatically always agreeable that everybody's four, one through four in the NFL is Mahomes, Jackson, Allen, and Burrow. Those are the four. Those are the four that are always going to be in the top five list. Why? Why are you shaking your head?
I'm just saying you can't speak for everyone. Say it's everyone's. Okay, so if there's a casualty off that list, it would be Josh Allen. I'm not saying he shouldn't be there. I'm just saying a lot of people would leave Allen off the list.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not speaking for
That's
me
shocking. No, no,
personally.
I'm just saying it's shocking. That's shocking to leave Allen off the list.
Yeah,
He's definitely the third best quarterback in the NFL.
why?
But that's my opinion. I'm just that's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Okay.
You want to add anything else to this, or you want to go on?
I mean, like I can talk about Dak Prescott all day.
No, we don't need to talk about Dak Prescott because
Why
we know
not?
he's the sixth best quarterback in the NFL. He's
Why
six.
though?
He's six.
What about him screams worse than Tua?
You know what, dude? When you got me in a box, you got me in a box. You're just trying to do this to embarrass me because I don't know
No,
much about
I'm not.
football.
I'm just saying. I'm not doing this to embarrass you. I'm just saying, why are we like not even considering Dak for top five?
I don't know. I just don't. I
Or,
feel
or
like
like Herbert.
you know
I
what?
okay, I
You
think
know
a
what?
lot
This is the reason why I'm
of
not
people think
considering
Dak
Dak
is
in the.
crazy, but why not
This
Herbert?
is the reason why I'm not considering Dak in the top five. Dak
Okay,
has
okay.
been in the NFL for a lot longer than Tua. I feel Tua has a more of a window to improve than Dak does. Dak's been in the NFL for a long time. And what have we seen over how many years? Yes, he's a superstar. Yes, he's a good quarterback. But he's been in the NFL for longer than Tua. I feel like Tua coming off that great year can really do make some noise with Miami. Miami's got a great team. I feel like they can make it farther and do maybe more things that Dak's done in his entire career this year. There's my
So
reason.
so
That's my
you're
reason.
you're basing it off of his potential.
I'm basing it off of whatever I want to
Is
base it off of.
is Dylan Cruz a top five outfielder?
Why would I why are we
Because
bringing up Dylan Cruz?
I'm just trying to compare it into a language that you would know a little bit more of in baseball.
No, Dylan Cruz is not a top 5 outfielder. He's played 2 games in the NFL. That's the NFL.
That's
2 games in
crazy.
the
You
MLB.
don't know ball. That's crazy.
He's played 2 games in MLB. How are we going to compare that to
No,
this
because you're
situation?
you're saying Tua's a top five quarterback because you think he's just got a higher ceiling. You think he's got a high ceiling. I
I
I
think I what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
no,
No, no,
you
no.
go
Go
first.
ahead.
No, no, no. I want you to go
I
first.
I just think that coming off last season, Dolphins have a pretty good team. Nothing's really changed too much. They still got all the pieces they had last year. I think he's only going to get better the more he plays. He's been in the NFL for a couple years now. Okay. Dak's been here for a while. And has Dak really made that
Dak's
much
been in the
noise?
league. Dak's been in the league for 2 or 3 more years than Tua.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
I just did. Dak was
Yeah.
drafted in like 2016. Tua was drafted in like 2019. When did you think Tua was drafted?
What do you mean? When did I think Tua was
Because
drafted?
you're acting like Tua's like been in the league for 2 years and Dak
First of all,
Prescott's a
first of all,
fossil.
first of all, first of all, it's a whole 4 more years. Okay. Tua not come into the NFL until 2020. Okay.
Hmm
2020. That was his first season in the NFL.
hmm hmm
So don't try to tell me what's going on. Dak's been in the NFL for what now? 8 years?
Okay.
I guess that's what you're telling me. Is 8 years?
Okay. But Dak's a three-time Pro Bowl.
Okay, what does that do
Tua's
for
one
me
time.
though? What does that do for me? That's like that's like
How is Tua surpassed Dak in any
that's like
way?
saying that's
How
like
has
saying any
Tua
any good
surpassed
MLB
Dak in
player or
any
any
way?
good NBA player.
How has Tua surpassed Dak in any way? You said
I
you
never
think he's
said he
yes, you
surpassed.
did. You're putting him over him on the top five quarterback list, so
As of this year, yes, I'm talking about this
clearly,
year.
yeah, but that should this year. So if you're basing it off of this year, then why using last year's stats to compare?
Dude, I have my list and you have yours.
No,
You,
I just think
you
it's a
for some
very
reason,
I think it's a very stupid list. I think it's very bad.
I don't think it's bad. I like Tua. I like his game.
I I just think I'm defending Dak because I'm obviously a Cowboys fan, but like there's like four different choices that you could have picked that is better than Tua.
Okay.
I just think it's crazy to disregard Dak when he was literally a top three quarterback in the league last year. If you
I'm
want
not
to put
disregarding Dak.
Yeah, but I'm wondering how he doesn't even garner like a consideration on your top five.
I think Tua could put up monster numbers this year.
Could. But you're saying could.
What is Dak gonna do?
You're basing it all off on but like, could. Okay. All right, so theoretically, Trey Lance could lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. He could. I could.
Yeah,
Any
theoretically, I could be the best player in the
anyone could do
NFL.
anything. So
Theoretically.
if we're using could and what ifs and should be's and all that, then your list is flawed.
Okay, give me your list.
How is your top four like set in stone? Like you say, oh yeah, everyone agrees this is the top four,
Set in stone.
and then your number five is just so like, oh, like based off potential. Like, how does that make any sense?
It's not just based off potential. It's okay. You're gonna say something about this, but it's based off of what happened last year too. And I guess because Dak is his
Dak
second
was
MVP.
He was. He
Oh.
literally was. Dak and the Cowboys have one of the best offenses in the league statistically. I'm not just saying that. Statistically, they have one of the best offenses in the league.
You're meat riding Dak.
I'm not. I'm literally telling you facts, and for some reason, you and the entire world just hates the Cowboys. I just don't understand it. Dak can literally be freaking 4-time MVP, and you and everyone else in the world will still like crap down his throat. I gotta find. I have to
I
find the
have my
picture.
list and you have yours. I
Yeah, but
have my
it's a
views of the
it's
NFL
a
and you
very
have yours.
stupid list.
It's not a very stupid
It's a
list
very
because I
stupid
think
list.
Tua deserves my fifth spot this year. That's it. That's the end of the
Why?
conversation. He had one of his best years last year. I think
So
he's
did
going to do
Dak
it again this
Prescott.
year. I think he's going to lead the Dolphins farther than they were last year, and he could lead the Dolphins if they get hot to a certain point
Could.
to a
Could.
championship.
You're
Okay,
basing it off of could.
I'm basing off of statistics too, Matt. It's
How
not
are his
just,
stats better than Dak?
dude. I'm basing it off of statistics too.
And how are his
Yes,
stats better than Dak?
like how are they not?
Oh, how? I know. I asked you. How are they?
Well, for starters, the only thing I saw was that Tua had more yards than Dak. I think
More
pretty
yards.
much everything else Dak leads. Not the point. Not the point. Not the point.
What the fuck
Okay,
is this
okay.
list?
Who's number one? Who won MVP last year?
Lamar.
Okay, bingo. So you're telling me this is what you're telling me. If judging based off of if Dak was second in MVP voting, that means he's better. That means he's better than Josh
No,
Allen.
what I'm
That means
talking
he's better
about,
than Patrick Mahomes. That
what
means he's
I'm
better than
talking about
Burrow.
is you're talking about what
That's what
Tua
we're gonna
did.
do.
You're
Just because
talking about
he
what
deserves to
Tua
be in the
did
top
last
five.
year.
No. He
No,
deserves to be
you're
in the top
talking
five.
about what Tua did last year as for a reason for him to be
No,
on your
but he
top
deserves to
five.
be in the
So
top five.
I'm saying, if you're basing Tua's stats off of last year to be in your top five, why isn't Dak in consideration?
He deserves to be in the top five because he was second
Why?
MVP voting. That's your logic right there.
Your logic is if you're basing it off of last year. No, see, your thinking is so flawed because you go from basing it off of last year's stats apparently to talking about how Tua had such a good year last year to then all about could be's, could ifs, what ifs, and potential. So
What
I
is
don't know
Dak
what
gonna
your
do this
thinking is.
year?
I don't
Oh,
know
he's
what your
gonna make the
thinking is.
playoffs.
I don't know what your thinking is.
He's
No, I
gonna
don't
make
know
the
what your thinking is.
playoffs.
I don't
Yay!
know what your thinking is. I don't know what your
Yay!
thinking is.
Yay! Dak's gonna make the playoffs again.
Dak has shown what his ceiling is, an MVP
Yeah,
caliber
no,
player.
his
What
ceiling
is Tua's ceiling?
his ceiling
What
is
is Tua's
losing in the
ceiling?
first round.
What did
That's his
Tua
ceiling.
do? What did the Dolphins do?
I'm just saying.
What did they? No, because
I'm just,
your reasoning is so stupid. What did Tua do? What did the Dolphins do?
I'm just
What did
saying.
they do? No. What did they do?
They lost. They lost
What
too.
did they do?
But they lost too. But this is a new year, Matt. This is a new
It's a
year.
new year for
I
the Dallas
think
Cowboys.
that's what you can say. That's what you say about the Yankees. You say about the Mets. You can say that about anybody. It's a new year. Yes, we get that. But Tua has been in the year in the league for a couple years. Dak has been in for 8,
Mhm.
almost 2 years off of a decade. Okay.
Why are you acting like he's some fossil? What does age have anything? No, because you 2 years off of a decade, like that's just not needed.
Dude, I'm just saying.
What does age have anything to do with it?
Age has a lot to do with it.
You consider LeBron to be one of the best players in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
So what does age have to do with it then?
No. Again,
No, because
you're deflecting. You're
Move on.
deflecting this into other
No, I'm not. I'm
into other
next
sports.
topic. Next topic. No, next topic. No, because I'm trying to put it in a language that you can understand more.
Look. I never said Dak was bad though. Too like you're sitting there.
I never said you said he was bad.
I said
I'm
Dak's
just saying,
my 6. Fair.
why? Why is Tua over him?
Man, we could go round and round with this all day. Tua is over him in my
No,
list.
he's not
Tua is over him in my list because I think
Next
Tua
topic.
is going to be a better quarterback this year.
going to be.
Tua's going to be a better quarterback.
Next topic. This is next topic.
Next topic.
Is this a wait? Is this a prediction list then? Are we predicting who we believe the top 5 quarterbacks are going to be, or are you stating
Why would you put him in 5? Go ahead.
who?
Dak. Who
Because
else?
he's a top five quarterback. He's better than Tua. What has next topic? You're just so you could have put Herbert or Stroud honestly in there or Jalen Hurts. Next
I like
topic.
Tua. I like Tua. Give me Tua.
And you
All right.
are
All right. All right.
too much of an idiot.
All right. All right. All right. Now, this next topic, I said we were gonna get in this later. That later has come. It is Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Now, of course, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a very vital piece to this team this year. Team is stacked. I think the Jets have a very high ceiling. Um
What's their ceiling?
and what?
What's their ceiling?
I think they could make a deep playoff run if
What
they're
is
healthy.
what is deep to you?
Championship game.
Okay, for the AFC.
Championship game, maybe further. I don't know. I don't know because Aaron Rodgers only played 4 games last year.
But it's Aaron
Look,
Rodgers.
it doesn't matter. If Aaron Rodgers is done, this team is done.
Well,
Do
yeah,
you get that?
you
Do you
say
get that?
about like every team with their quarterback.
Do you get no, certain teams it's not that big of a hit.
Not that big of a hit.
Yeah, certain
Like
teams not
what?
that big
Give
of a
me a
hit.
team. Give me a team.
Atlanta Falcons.
Why? Are the Falcons like are they gonna win the Super Bowl? Are they aiming for Super Bowl?
I don't know.
So
Isn't every team?
no. Some teams are trying to tank.
Dude, can we just talk about the Jets for a little bit?
Yeah, talk about the Jets. Talk about the Jets.
Can we just talk about the Jets? Aaron Rodgers means a lot to his team. Played 4 games last year. Without him, this team will sink. This team will die. Um, I don't know how their backup QB situation is. Matt? Can you look up a list of their QBs? Because
Tyrod Taylor.
that's the okay. Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor is their starting QB. Everything goes to shit. Everything goes to shit. Um, the Jets will crumble, and you know what? I don't want to see that. I feel like they could do really good things this year as long as they stay healthy. That's a key thing with the Jets. I don't speak now or forever hold your peace.
It's my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna warn the audience. I'm actually gonna speak like factual things and not like stupid propagandas on like some people on this podcast.
Stop being butthurt because I put Tua in my
I'm
top
not.
five.
I do just want to say because for those that are ROGs on the channel, I texted Jonathan Stevens, who's our football analyst. I texted him. Zach has Tua in his top five. Jonathan responds, he's an idiot. Put that out there. I just
It's gonna make for great content. It's gonna make
it's
for
gonna
great
make
content.
for great. Yeah, we're gonna lose all of our followers. Please don't unfollow us. We need this. Puts food on the table. It puts food on our table, folks. We need this. Okay.
All
Don't
right,
unfollow.
all right. Can we talk about the Jets? Like I
You
want to
were
go
just
back and forth. I want to
you
go
were
back and
just talking
forth.
about you were
I
talking.
I said my case. Let's go. Come on. What do you got for me on the Jets?
Yeah, they're a green football team. They play in New Jersey, and they're supposed to be playing in New York, but they play in practice in New Jersey. So I think that's kind of whack. Um, do you mean like record wise, gameplay wise?
Yeah, you know what? You know what? You know
They should
what?
move to New Jersey.
You know what we should do? You know what we
What?
should do? We should go through the Jets schedule right now, and we should predict their wins and losses.
Okay.
I feel like that would make for a better topic than saying Jets are gonna do if without Aaron Rodgers. You know, let's get their full schedule. I'm gonna pull it up right now, and let's talk about literally wins and losses. Week 1, they play the Commanders at home. That's a win, right?
Do they? I thought they played the Niners.
Oh, that's preseason. My bad. Oops. Oops. My bad.
You have this schedule in front of you.
Regular season. Week 1, they play the 49ers at 49ers home.
That's an L.
That's a loss. Week 2, they play the Titans
That's
at
a
Titan.
win.
That's a
That's a
win.
win. That's
That's
a
a win.
win.
So they're 1-1.
1-1.
Um, week 3, they play the Patriots
That's a win.
at home. That's a win.
It's a
So 2 and
win.
1. 2 and 1. Week 4, they play the Broncos at
It's a
home.
win. It's a
It's a
win.
win. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Week 5, they are playing the Vikings.
That's a win. Should
That's a
be.
win. It's a win. So was that
Now,
4-1?
I guess so.
4-1. Week 6 against the Bills at home.
I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna give him an L on this one. Only because I just don't see them going 5-1. I think that's too good of a
All right,
start.
well, if you're gonna give them an L on this one, can we agree that they're probably gonna, because they're gonna play the Bills twice. They're probably gonna split the series against the
Well,
Bills.
we'll see when we get there.
Okay, so
We'll see how I feel.
4-2.
I'll say
4 and
four and
2.
two.
Then they
I'll
play the
eat.
Steelers
That's a
at
win.
that's a win too.
Yeah,
That's
I have more faith in the Jets this year than the Bills. I just want to point that out. I just don't think they'll start 5-1.
5-2 now. So
Okay.
we go to week 8 against the Patriots.
Win.
That's a win. 6 and
Win.
2. Then week 9 at home against the Texans. I f-
I'll take yeah,
that's
no.
gonna be I'm gonna take
I'll
the
t-
loss on that one.
I'll take the loss too. I'll take CJ Stroud on that one.
So what, 6 and 3?
Yeah, say six
6
and
and
three.
3. Week 10 against the Cardinals.
It's a
That's
win.
a win. 7 and 3. Week 11, they play the Colts. That's a win.
Win.
8-3. 8 and 3. They got the bye week at week 12. Then week 13, they come out and they play the Seahawks at home. That's a win.
I don't want to give him a loss on that.
Why?
I don't I because like
What?
I
The
don't
Seahawks
think
are not good.
I don't think the Seahawks are better than the Jets, obviously, but like I'm trying to like predict
But the
some
Jets at home
I'm trying to
against the
predict.
Seahawks?
All right, fine. I'll take your word on it.
All right.
I think the Jets are better. I'm just trying to predict because like every team is gonna lose games that they should win. The Jets are not gonna be perfect.
So is it
So
9 and 3?
sure.
9 and 3 they played. Yeah, okay. Week 14 against the Dolphins at Dolphin Stadium. That's a
Yeah,
loss.
I'll give him yeah, because you freaking love Tua so much, so
9 and 4.
you love Tua.
9 and 4. Week 15 against the Jaguars. Don't hold your breath on this one. I think it's going to be a dub. 10 and 4.
I think that's too good for the Jets.
10 and 4. You want to give the Jets an L against the Jaguars.
No, keep going.
10 and 4 going into week 16 against the Rams. I'm going to give them a loss on that one.
No, they're gonna win it.
You think they're going to win?
Yeah.
I guess they're at home. So you want to give them a win on that. So you think the Jets are
Absolutely.
11 and 5 going into week 17.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Week 17, they're at the Bills. They're playing the Bills at Bills home.
I'll give him an L on that as well.
So they're 11 and 6. 11 and 6, and then they finish up the season week 18 against the Dolphins at home. 11 and 7. I like 11 and 7.
Sure.
I think
If
11 and
you
7 is a good number. It's a
if
loss.
you like that, I like it because you love Tua.
11 and 7. I think they make the playoffs with that.
They'll
I think
make
they
the playoffs.
They'll definitely make the playoffs with that. But again, a lot of that is contingent on Aaron Rodgers and if he's healthy. But I think that's good enough on the Jets talk. Deej, let us know about some CeeDee Lamb and the
CeeDee
Cowboys.
Lamb, baby. Y'all ready for this? I saw that.
More
Trying so
biased.
hard.
More bias coming your way,
I'm
guys.
not
More
bi
bias.
I'm not biased. It's news. I'm gonna talk about
It's news.
news.
Yeah, break the news.
It's news. Can you take that out of your take two out of your mouth?
All right, it's
All
news.
right.
Let's go. Come on.
You love Tua so much. We should get Tua on this pod.
You would
Yeah.
freak out, right?
I dude, Tua is my top five
Oh
quarterback.
my
So
God, bro.
I
You
I would
the
love that.
head of our football department calls you an
Screw
idiot.
Johnny. I don't care about the head of our football department.
He's the head of the
Tua's
football
my top
department for a
five.
reason.
Okay. He may say otherwise. He may say other people. There's a lot of other people you could put there. A lot of other people put. I've seen some people. Tom Brady put Aaron Rodgers in his fifth spot.
Tom Brady's
Why?
retired.
Who
Tom Brady's
knows?
retired.
Okay, but you value his opinion, don't you?
Who?
Brady.
What?
You value his opinion on top five quarterbacks. Have I not made myself clear?
I'm con What opinion did you?
Aaron Rodgers was his fifth spot in his top five.
Oh, I thought you were saying Tom Brady. You've seen people put Tom Brady five.
No,
Oh,
Tom Brady's retired.
that's what I was saying. I was saying he's retired.
Okay, fantastic.
Do you know ball? No.
Can you tell us about CeeDee Lamb before I actually lose my shit?
I think that'd be better for views though.
No, no. Let's talk about CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
We talked enough about the top five. Okay, my list is perfect. We know CeeDee Lamb. Let's get into it. I want to talk about CeeDee. If
Far
you don't
from
say it, I
perfect.
will.
Far from perfect. CeeDee. Ready? Y'all ready for this? Dun.
Okay,
CeeDee
yeah.
Lamb. I'm starting it.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Go
starting
ahead.
it.
No, no, no. I'll let you. I'll give you back the reins. Good.
Thank you. You ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this? Dun. CeeDee Lamb is a Dallas Cowboy. CeeDee Lamb is a Dallas Cowboy. I'll say it once. I'll say it again. I'll say it for the people in the back. CeeDee Lamb has re-signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Contract extension, baby. Let me get the numbers out. Let me get the numbers. Are you ready for the numbers? Da-na-na. Numbers. CeeDee Lamb's contract extension is a 4-year, $136 million deal, $100 million guaranteed, and he has a wide receiver record of $38 million for a signing bonus. Now, the deal makes CeeDee the second highest paid wide receiver in the league. The deal makes CeeDee the second highest paid wide receiver in the league, just behind Justin Jefferson. Jefferson makes $35 million a year. CeeDee will be making $34 million a year. Where does this leave the Dallas Cowboys? Kind of in the same spot that they're in. They're somewhat running back the same team as last year. I know they're talking to Dalvin Cook at the moment. That news might take some shape depending on when this pod gets out and when you guys see this pod. Um, you know, they lost Gilmore. Um, Trayvon Diggs is healthy this year. Zeke is back. So the Cowboys, they've, somewhat of the same identity that we've seen this year. But other than that, I mean, it just puts the Cowboys in the same spot. I'm gonna see a lot of people saying that they should have just traded CD and started a rebuild and trade Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott along with it. And to all the people saying that, it just doesn't really make sense to do that. I think the assets that you get for those players wouldn't ever get you in a better position than the Cowboys are at now. They just have to perform. They do. As much as Jerry Jones likes to say that this is the team that can win it all, I think this team is like a couple elite pieces away from winning a Super Bowl. But it's a very solid team. You just have to perform when it matters most. As we were talking before, Dak Prescott, MVP caliber player last year. So it
Chokes
it
in the
doesn't make
playoffs.
it. Excuse me. What was that?
Chokes in the playoffs.
What did Tua do? What did Tua do?
No, I had a frog in my throat. I'm
No,
sorry.
what
Oh,
did
I'm
Tua
sorry.
do? What
I'm
did Tua
sorry.
do?
I'm sorry. We're not talking about Tua.
What? No. Actually, no. We're going back to our first topic. What did Tua do?
No, it's okay. It's
What did
okay.
Tua do?
I just had something in my throat. I
What
just
did
had
you?
something in my
You
throat.
you you dug yourself too deep into a hole that I think you realized it was a really stupid take, but now you're so far deep that you can't back out of it. Is
I
that what
was never
happened?
going to back out
Is
of
that what
it. Tua
happened?
is my top five quarterback. Let's not talk about Tua
I
anymore, though.
I think you chose Tua just to be different.
I'm not trying to be different. I
You
know
are.
ball. I know ball. Watch the comments. Let me know if you guys agree with my list.
No
If you have
one.
any opinion.
If you agree with his list, get off our channel respectfully, I'm giving you permission to unsubscribe, dislike the video, get off our channel, please. Because you
I
just
think
don't
a lot of
evolve.
people will agree with my list.
I don't think anyone will. I think we'll gain subscribers. I think more
Why
people are
why
gonna
don't you
be
think
like,
that people won't agree with my list?
because you're an idiot.
My list is great.
No, it is not.
I think it's a great list.
It's not a good list. Can
All
I
right,
go back?
look. Let's go back to
You
CD.
keep
Let's go back
trying
to
to
CD.
derail the segment. You're trying
Let's
to
go back to.
derail the
I'm not
segment.
derailing anything. Let's go
You
back to
just
CD.
you just had Tua in your mouth for the last 15 minutes.
All right, let's go back to CD. I'm giving. Go ahead. Go ahead.
CeeDee Lamb. I don't even remember where was I? Talking about the Cowboys.
You're saying how the Cowboys are like a few short pieces away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's been known. I think that they'll still win the NFC East. I don't think there's any really contention for other teams there. I think the Eagles are going to be solid, but similar to last year, I think it's going to come down to maybe one game, whether it's the last game of the year and maybe the Cowboys clinch. But I still think it's very wide open. I think that they can compete against the 49ers, even though that's a very crazy team. They might be trading Ayuk, so you honestly never know. But I think they can compete up there. And, we saw Dak have his best year of his career last year. So can he perform again to that standard? I very much think so. And, the defense is back, new coaches as well. You lost Dan Quinn to the Commanders, so he's gonna be a good starting piece there for them. Um, but no, I think that CD, is just great. And there's a lot of question as to Dak Prescott's future in Dallas, whether it's, with the Giants, people like to say, which is never happening, or the Raiders, never going to happen. I think that they must have given CD some QB like assurance. I think they must have promised him like, yeah, no matter what, we're gonna put an elite quarterback out there for you to catch every day. And I think that Dak might have been somewhat a part of that deal. So I do think at the end of the day, CD is not gonna regret this. I think he's gonna go down as a Cowboys legend, gonna keep being a Pro Bowl, one of the best wide receivers in the league. And we're just gonna see what happens there. So I gave my opinion on the CD signing. It's great. I'm glad he got paid. He should have got paid when he got paid. He's an elite, you could say he's a top three. He is a top three receiver in the league. Absolutely.
I would
Absolutely. You
say
got
so. I would say so.
Tyreek, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, whatever order you want to put him, that's the top three. So I'm just happy it got done and I don't gotta worry about CD leaving the Cowboys anymore. But
Yeah, no, just to add my little 2 cents. We talked about this last pod. We said this was probably the most important piece for the Cowboys to do, and they went out and they did it. They locked them up, which they should have done maybe sooner. Some fans might argue, but it's done. The deal got done. Everything's set in stone. There's not much else to say. You covered pretty much everything. So with that being said, let's hop into our rookie of the year. Let's talk about this, right? NL rookie of the year and AL rookie of the year. Now, who is your NL rookie of the year?
Paul Skeens.
I feel like there's a debate there. There's a conversation to be had. I think Jackson Merrill's putting up monster numbers and means a lot to that Padres team right now. I feel like that Padres team wouldn't be where they're at right now without
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Merrill. I feel like he
Mm-hmm.
contributes
Paul Skeens.
a lot. He's got
Paul Skeens.
Jackson Merrill's batting almost 300. I think he's almost got 20 home runs, 75 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
he has an 813 OPS.
Mm-hmm. Paul
You
Skeens is
still
eight and
think Paul
two.
Skeens?
Yeah. Paul Skeens 8 and 2, 2.16 ERA. Started the All-Star game. Paul Skeens.
But you can't tell me there's not a debate.
Sure,
You,
there's a
you just you
debate.
just think it's unanimously Paul Skeens.
I don't know how the voting works. I don't know about unanimous. There's gonna be some people that say Jackson Merrill, but I think it's Paul Skeens.
Okay. Okay. I think there's a debate. I think you're missing the debate there, but
Debate me.
I just told you. I just, I just told you.
Okay.
292, almost 20 home runs, 70 or 75 RBIs, 813 OPS, and
Mm-hmm.
he's also killing it for the Padres. I mean,
Yeah.
he just killed the Mets the other day. He
Well,
just crushed their hopes and dreams.
I could kill the Mets.
It's not just the Mets. He just mashes anything put in
I
front of him.
I think the biggest difference between the two is the fact that Paul Skeens has already put himself in the conversation as one of, if not the best pitcher in the entire league this year. And he's a rookie. I think that's what separates the two. So
You know
I
what?
I won't disrespect my boy Jackson. You know, he's got a great name. It's my cat's name. I won't disrespect him. But Paul Skeens has been elite.
Okay,
Absolutely elite. And I
fair
think
to
they
say.
yeah, I
Fair to
think
say.
they might be cutting his innings down if I'm not mistaken.
I
Maybe
heard something about
uh
that. I heard they're maybe potentially just not using him for the rest of the year eventually,
mhm,
like coming up soon.
mhm.
Which I don't know if I agree with that much. I think it's because he had a little bit of a slide, like a little bit of a dip in performance, but he's been really really
Uh,
good regardless. But
He's still got a 2.16 ERA.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, the Pirates can do whatever they want with him. I mean, he's their guy. He's going to be their guy for the future. Um, but yeah, Paul Skeens, it's hard for me because I look at both of those guys and they're both fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's probably going to go to Paul Skeens. So that's probably NL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Let's go to AL.
Hmm.
And if you say Luis Hill, I'm gonna lose my shit because there's two other guys I who I want it to go to really really bad because number one, he's the only guy on that team. He's the only guy to me, besides maybe Brent Rooker, that's of note. I think I think I think AL Rookie of the Year should go to Mason Miller. The dude's been killing, frying. It just sucks that he's on the A's.
The three candidates are Mason Miller, Luis Hill, and Colton Cowser. That's
100%.
the three candidates.
Who I
Uh,
think is going to win is probably Colton Cowser.
you think Cowser wins?
I think Cowser wins, but I would love to see Mason Miller win AL
God, I
Rookie of the Year.
hope not.
Why not?
I don't like the Orioles. I'm a Yankee fan.
I'm talking about Mason Miller.
Oh no, I'm talking
Oh,
about no
okay,
Cowser. I
okay,
said I hope not. No, no, I don't think Heel's winning. To be totally realistic, it's
okay.
just he's hurt. He had a little bit of a slide. I think if he was healthy and he continued what he was doing at the start of the year, absolutely, like hands down, he would have to be the rookie of the year. But no, I would give it to Mason Miller. I mean, I need to look at Colton Cowser's stats actually. I have him in fantasy. I just don't really know his stats.
I think he's batting like 247, a couple home runs, a couple RBIs, something like that. I don't know his OPS. I don't know.
See, like
I don't know anything about that, but
I'm looking now. He's got a 769 OPS,
that's not
uh
bad. That's not bad. I
322
don't know
on base percentage.
because now I'm curious and everything, and now I want to look up Mason Miller stats.
You know right now.
I'm looking up too. Dude, he's just ridiculous. He's ridiculous. 1.80 ERA, 82 strikeouts, .76 whip. Like who Oh, excuse me. I'm looking at something completely different. 2.2, 2.12 ERA,
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
51
like,
innings pitched, 84 strikeouts, .82 whip in 43 games this year. I like this kid. I think this kid provides he's the only bright spot on the A's, let's be real, right? Like there's no one else that's pretty much of note besides maybe Brent Rooker. Do you have anybody else of note on the A's? They're pretty much a dumpster fire of a team.
Brent Rooker, Miguel Andujar.
Well, you want to throw
No,
Lawrence
it's Mason
Butler
Miller.
in there? You want to throw him in there?
He was good for like a couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, Mason Miller, I want him. I want him as the AL Rookie of the Year, but I think Colton Cowser is going to win it.
I That's the thing. I don't know how they're gonna value it because Cowser doesn't even play every day. That's the thing. Because I have him in fantasy, like I said, and there's days where I see like he is just not in the lineup. So I don't know if they might value that because, he plays every day, he plays the field. The Orioles are one of the best teams in baseball, and he's been a contributor. Or they can look at this absolutely insane, ridiculous closure that was also an all-star this year.
Hmm.
They can look at it that way. Um, I'm biased, so I would give it to Mason Miller, but I mean, he's just been so phenomenal.
Right?
And closers, yeah.
I feel like he should be the clear cut, but like I feel like I just feel I have a bad feeling it's gonna go to Cowser.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like the
And Cowser's
MLB
not even like
loves.
fantastic. It's not even like he's blowing everybody's socks off. Like
No, yeah, it's not like it's an insane year. Like he's having like a good year,
he's
yeah,
having
but
a
like
good
it's
year, yeah, but like
nothing like insane.
you could argue that even Luis Heel is over Cowser. You could argue that.
I would if he wasn't hurt.
All right. Well, I think both of our picks, right? Skeens and
The
Mason Miller.
pitchers, yeah, pitchers this year.
Pitchers. That's
Hmm.
crazy to think about. But now I want to talk about the NL and AL MVP debate.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I will know obviously, but we'll get into that. But I've seen a lot of things, I've heard a lot of things on WFAN, and you know, I just don't understand people sometimes. Um, they might have a debate on who's AL MVP and who's NL MVP, but the clear cut obvious choice for both is Judge and Otani. Let's be
That's
real.
facts. That is
Let's
facts.
be
Absolutely.
Otani's on pace for a 50-50 year, which is, I don't know if you had that on your bingo card this year.
Hmm.
I did not. I wasn't expecting Otani to be, I mean, I knew Otani was going to be good, but like 50-50 is kind of pretty ridiculous,
Mhm.
you know? Um, and Aaron Judge he could break his record.
Yeah, and if you didn't stink at the start of the year, he'd be breaking Bond's record too.
No, I'm saying like he probably could. Okay, Bond's record. Okay,
I thought you
I'm
were talking
saying
about no,
no,
like
his record
his
that he
home run
set
record.
was it
Yeah,
was it, what was it like 62, 61,
I think it's 62.
62? So he's got to get. I think he could do it. I think he could do it. 12 home runs in about like what 30 games, month and a half of baseball.
Yeah, he's got it.
I mean, there
I
are
think.
games where even if he plays like a cupcake team, like that just boosts his odds more to hitting a home run.
But it's crazy because like he hits multiple a day too.
Yeah.
Like
Two against the
after
Rockies. He had 50 and 51 against the Rockies in that
Mhm.
one game.
When he hits his first home run, all you're thinking about is, all right, when's the next one? You know what I mean? That's all you think about, and it's just incredible to watch. Like his barrel control. I mean, he's also 6'7", so maybe that helps him. But like his strength, he's just such. Oh my God, I gotta stop before I like
But you know what
glaze
too?
the
It's
hell
like
out of him.
I've watched watched it back. Like I've watched him hit home runs and especially the 50 and 51 against the Rockies.
Hmm.
The shit was effortless. Completely effortless.
Yeah.
It's like he's not even trying, but it just the ball just carries and it soars off the bat. But people are arguing that Bobby Witt is in the conversation. Now, don't get me wrong, Bobby Witt's had a great year. Like he is the heart and soul of that Kansas City Royals team. He's why they're in a playoff spot. He's their main
But
guy. But like you can't not have Judge. It's
Was Bobby Witt in an episode of Paw Patrol?
Bobby
No,
Witt was not.
he was
No.
not. Aaron Judge was.
And you know what? The same thing for Shohei. Like 50-50 could be on pace for 50-50. Will he make it happen? Who knows? He's very much could. Month again, like I said, month and a half left of baseball. But I've heard some rumors about Lindor. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Mets fan. I love Lindor. Lindor's had a fantastic year. First shortstop in MLB history, I believe, to do three consecutive seasons of 25-25. Um,
Really? Huh?
yeah, I don't know if you knew that, but
No.
that's where he's at. But there's been a debate swirling on him, and it pretty much is saying that yes, Otani's been great, yes, but there's a more of a scope to take in than just the hitting portion and the stealing bases. It's also they're also trying to value Lindor's defense and put that into factor, which I can see where they're coming from because Lindor's been great in the field too, as well as hitting. But come on, let let's be real. It's Otani and it's Otani and it's Judge, and there's no other option. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. You got to look at the facts, right? Like it's Judge and Otani. And Matt, I don't know if you want to debate on that, but I feel like they're both clear cut.
No, I mean, I do feel for Royals fans because like this is the most excitement you've had in a while, maybe since your World Series victory in 2015. That was a fun World Series, right?
Let's not do this.
Sorry, but I'm just
Let's
the
not
f-
do this.
the funny thing was like I was actually like trying to talk about the World Series and I forgot who they beat. The Mets. For those that don't know, Zach's a Mets fan. So, I really feel for Royals fans because it's the most excitement they've had since they beat and absolutely obliterated the Mets in the 2015 World Series. Um, that was so good. I have to say it again. This is the most excitement they've had since they won the World Series in 2015 against the Mets in the World Series where they absolutely obliterated them. So I'm happy
I
for
hope
them.
that every Mets fan watching this pod attacks you for what you're doing. You're trying to, and I mean, boy, buckle up for the next one because that's another attack at the heart. Shall we?
Oh,
Shall we?
I'm not done with my statement.
Go ahead.
This is the most excitement Royals fans have had
All
since
right, I'm done. I'm
2015.
done with that.
Okay,
I'm
no,
done with
no,
that.
but
I'm done with that.
Bobby Witt is putting up like the best season from a shortstop of like all time to not win MVP. He's absolutely insane, absolutely ridiculous. Any other year he would win MVP, but there's another man who's sexier and better than him, Aaron Judge. And nothing Bobby Witt does can beat Aaron Judge. I think Judge can get hurt, not play the rest of the year, and I still think he would win the MVP.
You also mentioned that the dude is batting 333,
Yeah, he's insane.
and that's technically bad for him. I think he was batting like 340, 350 at one point this year too.
Probably.
He's slumping at 333.
And
That's him
he's
slumping.
he started off the year terrible too. Insane.
Unbelievable.
And then
Unbelievable.
Otani, like same thing with Judge, is these are the MLB's two poster children, right? Like the Golden Boys, Otani and Aaron Judge, the East Coast King, the West Coast King. This would like just the headlines all over the sports media world would be insane to have truthfully the two best players in your sport win MVP. So I think baseball is going to make sure of that. But also like Lindor is in these MVP conversations. He's been doing good. I don't know why he's in these MVP conversations, and that's not a shot at Lindor. I mean, yeah, he's having a good year, but like I just don't know why he's in these MVP conversations. Like I just don't know why. Like, is he doing better than other people? Like, are the Mets like the number one seed and it's all because of Lindor? Like, you know what I mean? That's just my thought process behind it. But
Okay.
he's
Okay.
having a good
No, no,
year.
no, 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 because you've touched a nerve now. You've touched a nerve.
We don't have time for it. We don't have time for it.
You've touched a nerve, Matt.
We don't have time for it.
All right. All right. All right.
We don't.
We'll move on. We'll move on because we got to cap this at some point. The next segment is it kind of hits hard, but you know what? I don't care because it's not like it's gonna matter. The Rangers are getting back Scherzer and DeGrom soon. I don't know if they're a couple games out. I don't know if they're doing rehab assignments yet, but they're coming back. They're coming back soon. And the question I put on our doc is, are they going to make the playoffs if these two come back? Ready, Matt? On three. Let's give our answer. Ready? Three, two, one.
You said on three and then you started from
Okay,
three.
countdown, bro. Three, two, one. No. You're
No,
supposed to say it at the same time.
you glitched. You glitched a
No.
little bit.
I did?
You glitched a
All
little
right.
bit.
Well, no.
No.
No,
No,
obviously not.
no, obviously not.
They are not making the playoffs. The three teams that are going to make the playoffs, because I know the Yankees are, I think, are in first right now. It's going to be the Orioles, it's going to be the Royals, and it's going to be the Twins. Everybody else is not making the playoffs in the AL. Um, it it's not even close. The Rangers are 61 or 60 and 71. Now I don't know if they're winning tonight. Doesn't matter. Great. They be 10 games under 500 if they win. They are 12 games out of the wild card spot. They are not catching the division because they got the Astros and the Mariners in front of them. Okay? This is it. They're not making the playoffs. It's just it doesn't matter who they get back. Personally, me personally, I would just not force Scherzer or DeGrom to come back. I would just let them sit out. Make sure they're healthy for next season. You already won a World Series ring last
He
year
did win a World Series ring.
by doing nothing, by sitting on the bench, but
It's one more ring he has than with the Mets.
whatever, whatever. Um, I try not to let your words fucking affect me because you agitate me, and just because they're not on the Mets anymore doesn't mean I don't like them. I love DeGrom, but I feel like it would be a sour taste for the Rangers to allow him to play this year. I don't think that he should play because if you're already out of it, if you don't need him back, absolutely need him back this year, he should sit out. Do you agree? Both of them should sit out for the rest of the year.
I
You can make
mean,
the
like,
playoffs.
you're out of it, sure, but like, would you rather him not pitch a whole year and then go into next season like already kind of behind
What do you
throwing?
want him to make? Two starts? What is
Dude,
that gonna
two is
do for
better than
him?
nothing. Two is better than nothing.
What's that gonna do for him? It's not gonna
Two
do
is
anything.
I
Both of
think
them.
if he also keep in mind, right? If DeGrom wants to play, they're gonna what are they gonna say? No? Like they paid good
They
money for
should say
him.
no.
They
They
paid
should
good
say
money
no.
for him. I'm sure the fans, like if the
Screw
Yank
the fans. They're 12 games out of the
I
playoffs.
understand that, but like if
What
the
if he gets
Yank
hurt?
if the he's it's Jacob DeGrom, he's gonna get hurt regardless.
Okay, what if he gets hurt?
He's gonna get hurt blinking when
I'm
he
saying
wakes
what
up.
if he gets hurt this year? He goes out, he pitches whatever how many games, and he gets hurt again.
What if what if Tua gets hurt? Is he still a top five quarterback?
Oh my God. Stop
There's a lot of
talking
what
about
ifs, a lot of
Tua.
could ifs, a lot of should be's, should what's. A lot. All
DeGrom
right.
and Scherzer are injury prone. Can you agree with me on
They
that?
are also 2023 World Series champions. What's your point?
They both did nothing to aid that. They were just there for the ride. They're too old. Well, I was gonna say two old farts, but
They got rings.
They got rings, baby.
congrats. Yippee, they got rings that they did nothing for. But you know what? I'm
A
happy
ring's a
for
ring.
DeGrom. I'm only happy for DeGrom getting the ring. Scherzer, I could care less, but DeGrom, good for him. He could end his season with a ring, or end his career with at least knowing that he has one World Series ring. Congrats. My point is, I don't think that they should bring him back. Neither of them. I don't care if it's first start or two starts or even three. Doesn't matter. They're done. They should make sure that he's healthy for next year. And you could disagree with that, Matt. You could disagree, but
That's it.
that's just how I feel.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. You want to wrap it up there? Or you want to add more?
No, it's gonna be a lot of more things to the Mets. So
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, that concludes a fantastic episode. Episode 30 is
episode
now over.
30.
Is now over. Um, Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to follow and subscribe on all platforms. We have the TikTok for the clips. If you don't like to watch the full pod, because I think this is probably going to be an hour and a half pod that we just did. If you don't like to watch the full pod in all its length, you should go check out our clips. We have shorts. We have clips on Instagram. We have clips on TikTok. Go check those out. Keep showing us the love, and we will see you guys in the next one.